Welcome back to Who Died Today USA channel. In the past few days, we have received somber news about the passing of extraordinary talents. Today's episode is dedicated to honoring their memory. Additionally, we will recap the stars we have recently lost. Before we begin, we kindly ask for your support. If this video or the legacies of these remarkable individuals have touched your life, please consider giving this video a thumbs up as a sign of respect and remembrance. Thank you. Lea Massari, the celebrated Italian actress and timeless symbol of European cinema, was born Anna Maria Massatani on June 30, 1933. Her journey began not on the grand stages of film, but quietly, as a young woman with dreams of becoming an architect, moving across Spain, France, and Switzerland alongside her family. Yet destiny had other plans, and her grace, intellect, and resilience soon led her into the world of cinema, where she would leave a lasting legacy. Massari's path was not without heartache. She adopted the name Lea in honor of her beloved fiancé, Leo, whose sudden passing changed the course of her life. Channeling that personal loss into her art, she poured her soul into every role, captivating audiences across Europe. Her breakthrough came with Michelangelo Antonioni's L'Avventura, 1960, where she portrayed Anna, a woman whose mysterious disappearance set the tone for a new wave of Italian filmmaking. Massari's talent for bringing complexity and quiet strength to her characters made her unforgettable. She earned further acclaim in Dino Risi's A Difficult Life, 1961, portraying Elena, the devoted wife of an anti-fascist intellectual, a role that won her Italy's prestigious David di Donatello Award. Massari worked alongside cinema legends like Alain Delon, Romy Schneider, and Omar Sharif, leaving her mark in films such as The Things of Life, 1970, and Murmur of the Heart, 1971. Despite fame, she remained grounded, avoiding the limelight, focusing instead on her craft and later championing animal welfare. Lea Massari passed away peacefully at her home in Rome on June 23, 2025, due to age-related health complications. Though she stepped away from acting over 3 decades ago, her performances continue to resonate, reminding the world of her artistry, grace, and quiet strength. Her legacy lives on in the hearts of those who cherish true cinema. Aki Aleong, a cherished actor, singer, and trailblazer for diversity in entertainment, was born Aki Aleong on December 19, 1934, in Port of Spain, Trinidad. As the oldest of 7 children in a multicultural family, his early years were shaped by resilience and ambition. His father, Henry, was a cook from Hong Kong, and his mother, Agnes, hailed from St. Vincent in the Caribbean. In 1949, Aki and his mother moved to Brooklyn, where he worked in a hardware store while pursuing his education. His passion for the arts led him to the stage, and after earning his first role in The Tea House of the August Moon, he trained at Chicago's Goodman Theater, setting the foundation for a remarkable, multifaceted career. Aki's big break came in 1957 with No Down Payment, portraying a young man facing prejudice in suburban America, a role that reflected his lifelong advocacy for equality. Throughout the decades, he graced both film and television screens, starring in Braddock, Missing in Action 3, V, Dragon, The Bruce Lee Story, and The Quest, working alongside legends like Jean-Claude Van Damme and Jason Scott Lee. But Aki Aleong was more than an actor. He was a voice in the music world. As a singer, producer, and executive, he broke barriers, promoting talents like Bobby Womack and James Brown. Despite setbacks, including facing exclusion from the industry due to his efforts to uplift artists of color, he persevered, never losing his commitment to representation and fairness. In later years, Aki returned to acting, earning roles on beloved shows such as General Hospital, LA Law, The A-Team, and Curb Your Enthusiasm. He served proudly on the national board of SAG, always striving to make the industry more inclusive. Aki Aleong passed away peacefully on June 22, 2025, at his home in Silmar after facing health challenges related to dementia. His legacy of courage, creativity, and advocacy continues to inspire generations, reminding us that true success is measured not just by fame, but by the positive change we leave behind. Latest news: Brad Pitt, the rise, the fall, and the relentless fight for redemption. How did he rebuild his life after losing himself? There are few names in Hollywood as universally recognized as Brad Pitt. For over 3 decades, his face has graced the silver screen, his performances have captivated millions, and his name has become synonymous with both talent and stardom. But behind the fame, the fortune, and the magazine covers lies a story far more complex, one of triumph, self-destruction, public scrutiny, and, ultimately, quiet resilience. How do you feel about Brad's extraordinary journey? Share your thoughts in the comments as we unravel the layered story of a man who, at his lowest, chose to rise again. Born on December 18, 1963, in Shawnee, Oklahoma, and raised in Springfield, Missouri, William Bradley Pitt never seemed destined for international fame. His upbringing was simple, rooted in Midwestern values of hard work, humility, and family. Yet, beneath the surface of his everyday life, there was always a restless ambition, a desire for more. It was this ambition that led Pitt to abandon his journalism degree at the University of Missouri just weeks before graduation. With little more than $300 in his pocket and a car packed with belongings, he drove to Los Angeles, fueled by little more than dreams and determination. For years, he struggled, taking odd jobs, from moving refrigerators to dressing as a giant chicken for a fast food chain, while chasing the elusive promise of acting. That promise finally began to take shape in 1991, when Pitt's brief role as the seductive drifter J.D. in Thelma and Louise turned him into an overnight sensation. Audiences were captivated by his charm, his rebellious energy, and his undeniable screen presence. Almost instantly, he became Hollywood's golden boy, the symbol of rugged masculinity, beauty, and potential. But Pitt was never satisfied with being just another pretty face. His hunger to be taken seriously as an actor led him to roles that defied expectations. In A River Runs Through It, 1992, Legends of the Fall, 1994, and Interview with the Vampire, 1994, he began carving out his place in the industry, blending his charisma with raw emotional performances. However, it was C7N, 1995, that marked the beginning of a defining chapter in his career. As Detective David Mills, Pitt delivered a haunting, complex portrayal that showcased his depth beyond the surface. The film's dark, unsettling tone resonated with audiences and critics alike, pushing Pitt into a league of actors capable of carrying both intensity and vulnerability. But fame, as Pitt would learn, is rarely a one-dimensional blessing. With the adoration came relentless public scrutiny. His personal life, his relationships, his appearance, even his private struggles, became constant tabloid fodder. For someone naturally reserved, the constant invasion of privacy began to erode his peace of mind. Despite the pressures, Pitt's career flourished. His fearless role as Tyler Durden in Fight Club 1999 transformed him from heartthrob to cultural icon. The film's exploration of identity, rebellion, and self-destruction mirrored themes that would quietly follow Pitt off-screen. While his star continued to rise, behind closed doors, cracks began to form. Throughout the 2000s, Pitt navigated blockbuster hits, from Troy, 2004, to Mr. and Mrs. Smith, 2005, where he met Angelina Jolie, and built a reputation as both a leading man and a producer with an eye for meaningful cinema. His production company, Plan B Entertainment, would later deliver critically acclaimed films like 12 Years a Slave and Moonlight, solidifying his legacy beyond acting. But fame, fortune, and artistic success could not shield him from personal turmoil. The high-profile divorce from Jennifer Aniston in 2005 marked the beginning of years of public fascination with his relationships, particularly his life with Angelina Jolie and their blended family of 6 children. As the media fixated on the Brangelina phenomenon, few realized the internal battle Pitt was quietly fighting. In interviews years later, Pitt would open up about those hidden struggles, the destructive habits, the unhealthy coping mechanisms, and the overwhelming pressures that left him emotionally adrift. At the height of his fame, he admits to falling into a haze of self-destructive choices, beginning mornings with unhealthy routines and drifting through life without true purpose. It all came crashing down in 2016 when his marriage to Angelina Jolie ended in a bitter, highly publicized separation. Accusations surfaced, legal battles ensued, and Pitt's world unraveled. For the first time in decades, the man who seemingly had it all, the awards, the accolades, the family, the fortune, found himself at rock bottom. But it was in this dark, humbling space that Pitt's true character emerged. Recognizing his downward spiral, Pitt sought help. He began attending 12-step recovery meetings, surrounding himself with people. In those rooms, stripped of fame and ego, he rediscovered himself. Pitt has since spoken about the journey with disarming honesty. He calls it a reboot, a necessary reckoning that forced him to evaluate his health, his choices, and his relationship with himself. He committed to transforming not just his lifestyle, but his entire mindset. Today, at 60, Brad Pitt approaches life with humility and newfound clarity. His dedication to personal health, physical, mental, and emotional, reflects a man who has endured, fallen, and chosen to rise. Gone are the reckless days fueled by fame and escapism. In their place stands a quieter, more grounded version of the man the world first met decades ago. Pitt now embraces wellness, discipline, and balance. His recent projects, like the Formula One film currently in production, reflect both his enduring passion for storytelling and his reinvigorated energy. His work as a producer continues to elevate stories that matter, shining a light on voices that might otherwise go unheard. But beyond the screen, his greatest performance may be the quiet fight for redemption, the daily, unglamorous work of healing, accountability, and resilience. His legal disputes with Angelina Jolie, while ongoing, are no longer the defining narrative of his life. Instead, Pitt chooses to focus on growth, family, and finding peace beyond the spotlight. Brad Pitt's journey reminds us that success does not immunize anyone from struggle. Beneath the polished exterior lies a story of ambition, brokenness, courage, and the tireless pursuit of becoming better. From the restless young man who left Missouri with a dream, to the Hollywood icon grappling with fame's double-edged sword, to the resilient survivor rebuilding his life, Pitt's path is a testament to the fact that even at the top, one can lose their way. But with humility and determination, it is always possible to return. What does Brad Pitt's story mean to you? Have you ever faced a moment of reckoning that changed your path? His life teaches us that true strength is not about avoiding failure. It is about rising from it, reshaping your identity, and forging ahead with greater wisdom. Brad, we thank you for the unforgettable roles, the films that challenged us, and the example of a flawed yet resilient human being. Your journey inspires us to believe in second chances, in personal growth, and in the quiet power of choosing health and healing over self-destruction. If you believe Brad Pitt's legacy is more than awards, that it is about the courage to face oneself, share your reflections below. Let us honor not just the actor, but the man who continues to fight, evolve, and inspire. Lynn Hamilton, a cherished presence in American television and film, touched the hearts of millions through her grace, resilience, and unforgettable performances. Best known for her role as Donna Harris, the loving fiancée of Fred Sanford on the classic sitcom Sanford and Son, Hamilton brought strength, warmth, and authenticity to every character she portrayed. Born Alzenia Lynn Hamilton Jenkins, her remarkable journey in entertainment spanned over 5 decades, a testament to her unwavering dedication and talent. In an era when opportunities for women of color were limited, Lynn stood tall, breaking through barriers with dignity and determination. Her memorable work on shows like The Waltons, where she played the compassionate Verdie Foster, and her roles in Roots. The Next Generations, Dangerous Women, and Generations showcased her versatility and her deep connection to the stories she told. Hamilton's contributions extended beyond the screen. Her collaborations with her late husband, playwright Frank Jenkins, reflected a lifelong devotion to both family and the arts. She was honored with the prestigious NAACP Award, celebrating her outstanding impact on the entertainment industry. Throughout her life, Lynn faced the quiet challenges that often accompany a demanding career, yet she navigated them with grace and humility. Her longevity, both personally and professionally, spoke to a resilient spirit and a profound love for storytelling. On June 19, 2025, surrounded by her grandchildren, loved ones, and caregivers, Lynn peacefully concluded a life beautifully lived. Her legacy continues to inspire, reminding us of the power of perseverance, compassion, and the enduring impact of authentic representation on screen. From the sound stages of Hollywood to living rooms across America, Lynn Hamilton's presence remains, a symbol of strength, elegance, and the timeless beauty of heartfelt storytelling. Jean Marsh, the elegant British actress and visionary creator behind one of television's most beloved period dramas, left an indelible mark on audiences worldwide with her talent, resilience, and unwavering dedication to storytelling. Best remembered for her Emmy-winning role as Rose Buck, the kind-hearted parlor maid in Upstairs, Downstairs, Jean brought dignity and complexity to the lives of those often overlooked in history. Born in London in 1934, Jean's life was shaped by humble beginnings and the hardships of World War II. As a young girl, she endured the terror of the Blitz and faced early health struggles, including temporary paralysis. But even in those difficult times, her spirit remained unbroken. Her parents, passionate about the arts, encouraged her love of words, setting the foundation for her lifelong devotion to performance and storytelling. Determined to rise beyond the limitations of class and circumstance, Jean trained her voice, refined her craft, and graced both stage and screen with unforgettable presence. From Doctor Who to Broadway, alongside legends like Laurence Olivier, to her captivating performances in Return to Oz and Willow, Jean's versatility shone through every role. Yet, it was Upstairs, Downstairs, born from her own working-class roots, that became her greatest triumph. As both co-creator and star, she illuminated the hidden stories of those who served below stairs, capturing hearts across Britain and America. Her portrayal of Rose earned her 3 Emmy nominations, with a win in 1975 and a lasting place in television history. Later in life, Jean faced the challenges of dementia with the same quiet strength that defined her. Surrounded by memories of a career that spanned decades, she passed peacefully at her London home on April 13, 2025. Jean Marsh's legacy lives on through the stories she told, the barriers she broke, and the countless lives she touched with her grace, wit, and enduring spirit. Alf Clausen, one of television's most beloved musical storytellers, left behind a legacy that continues to bring joy, warmth, and humor to millions of families across generations. For 27 years, his unforgettable compositions shaped the heart and humor of The Simpsons, making each moment on the show more vibrant, more touching, and often even funnier. Born in Minneapolis and raised in North Dakota, Alf's love for music took him from small-town roots to the grand stages of Hollywood. After earning his degree from Berklee College of Music, he poured his talents into variety shows, film scores, and eventually into the series that would define his career, The Simpsons. Beginning with the show's second season in 1990, Alf composed nearly 600 scores, conducting a 35-piece orchestra each week, and crafting melodies that became woven into the fabric of American pop culture. But his success wasn't simply measured in awards, though there were plenty. With 30 Emmy nominations, including 2 wins and 5 Annie Awards, Alf's work set the gold standard for music in television. His ability to blend humor with heartfelt emotion, from grand symphonic pieces to jazzy riffs and playful nods to film classics, made him a master of his craft. Behind the scenes, Alf faced personal challenges with quiet strength. For nearly a decade, he lived with progressive supranuclear palsy and Parkinson's disease, meeting these difficulties with resilience and dignity, surrounded by the love of his family. On May 31, 2025, at his home in Los Angeles, Alf's remarkable life came to a peaceful close. His music, however, continues to echo in living rooms, reminding us of the laughter, heart, and timeless magic that music can bring. From the heartfelt melodies of Springfield to countless cherished soundtracks, Alf Clausen's work will forever be a treasured part of our shared cultural story. Don Mischer, a visionary behind the most unforgettable live television events of our time, touched the world with his ability to bring moments of joy, unity, and inspiration into our homes. From the bright lights of the Oscars to the powerful performances at Super Bowl halftime shows, Don transformed live television into an art form, one that celebrated not just entertainment, but the human spirit. Born in San Antonio in 1940, Don's passion for storytelling and his fascination with television began at a young age. With determination and creativity, he rose from modest beginnings to orchestrate the biggest cultural events of the last 5 decades. His signature was clear: precision, passion, and respect for the artists he worked with, whether it was Michael Jackson, Prince, Beyoncé, or Barbra Streisand. Don's career was marked by extraordinary milestones. He produced and directed iconic moments like Michael Jackson's legendary moonwalk during Motown 25, the unforgettable Olympic opening ceremonies, and countless Academy and Emmy Award shows. His work spanned generations, from the Kennedy Center Honors to the 2025 Breakthrough Prize ceremony, always reminding us of the beauty of live performance and the power of connection. Behind the scenes, Don embraced the challenges of live television with humility and grace. His ability to navigate the unpredictable, his unwavering dedication, and his steady leadership earned him the trust of legends and newcomers alike. He was honored with 15 Emmy Awards, 10 Directors Guild of America Awards, and lifetime achievement recognitions that reflect his immense contributions to entertainment. On April 11, 2025, Don passed away peacefully in his sleep, surrounded by the love of his family. His remarkable life reminds us that behind every historic moment on screen is the heart and vision of someone who believes in the magic of bringing people together. Don Mischer's legacy lives on, not only in the dazzling productions that captivated millions, but in the way he uplifted others, treated people with kindness, and made the world feel a little more connected, one live moment at a time. George Armitage, the spirited filmmaker behind cult favorites like Grosse Pointe Blank and Miami Blues, will forever be remembered for his wit, creativity, and bold approach to storytelling. His films blended sharp humor with action and heart, capturing audiences with their distinctive style and unforgettable characters. Born in Hartford, Connecticut on December 13, 1942, George's path to Hollywood began in the most humble of ways. working in the mailroom at 20th Century Fox while waiting for his real estate license. But it didn't take long for his natural talent and sharp instincts to open new doors. At just 21, he became an associate producer on Peyton Place, marking the start of a remarkable career that would span decades. George had a gift for finding the unexpected in every story. From his early collaborations with Roger Corman to his breakthrough directing films like Hitman, Vigilante Force, and the irreverent Miami Blues, he brought to life characters who lived on society's edge. Complicated, flawed, but deeply human. His most celebrated work, Grosse Pointe Blank, remains a fan favorite for its perfect balance of dark comedy, action, and emotional honesty. Throughout his career, George encouraged his actors to improvise, to own their roles, and to bring something real to the screen. His sets were known for creativity and collaboration, and the films reflected his belief that great storytelling comes from trusting the artists involved. Behind the camera, George faced the ups and downs of the industry with quiet determination. His final film, The Big Bounce, may have closed his directorial chapter, but his influence continues to inspire filmmakers who dare to mix humor with heart and grit. George passed away peacefully in Playa del Rey, surrounded by family, leaving behind his beloved wife Sharon, his son Brent, and his cherished grandchildren. His legacy lives on in the films that made us laugh, think, and embrace the wonderfully offbeat corners of life. William "Bill" Finn, the beloved composer, lyricist, and storyteller, leaves behind a legacy that reshaped the world of musical theater with humor, heart, and profound honesty. His music captured life's complexities, love, identity, loss, and the quiet triumphs of the human spirit, all expressed through his signature wit and lyrical brilliance. Born in Natick, Massachusetts in 1952, Bill grew up in a close-knit Jewish household where his love of words and music took root. Over the decades, he became one of Broadway's most celebrated voices, never shying away from the difficult, the joyful, or the deeply personal. His groundbreaking musical falsettos, which earned 2 Tony Awards, remains a cornerstone of theater history. With compassion and candor, it told the story of Marvin, his family, and his partner Whizzer, exploring themes of love, family, and resilience in the shadow of the AIDS crisis. Finn's delicate melodies and sharp, tender lyrics resonated across generations, reminding audiences of the beauty found even in life's hardest moments. Bill's artistry extended far beyond falsettos. His autobiographical work, A New Brain, reflected his courageous battle with a life-threatening brain condition, turning fear into art with humor and vulnerability. He brought joy and laughter to audiences with the 25th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee, a heartfelt, quirky celebration of childhood, competition, and the yearning to belong. Throughout his career, Bill was known for his lyrical mastery, weaving together clever humor and raw emotion in every song. His work touched on life's deepest questions while celebrating its smallest joys. After a long illness, Bill passed away on April 7, 2025, at the age of 73. He is survived by his life partner, Arthur Salvadore, and a community of artists and admirers who will carry his songs forward. William Finn's legacy lives on in the music that continues to make us laugh, cry, and reflect, a testament to a life dedicated to truth, love, and the enduring power of storytelling. Mike Ratledge, the brilliant keyboardist and co-founder of the pioneering band Soft Machine, will be remembered not only for his remarkable musical talent, but for the trailblazing spirit he brought to progressive rock. His fearless creativity and signature sound helped shape a generation of music that continues to inspire to this day. Born in Kent, England in 1943, Mike's early love for classical music, nurtured by his family, became the foundation for his extraordinary musical journey. It wasn't long before his passion expanded beyond classical roots, leading him to friendships with like-minded musicians Robert Wyatt and Hugh Hopper, and eventually to forming Soft Machine in 1966. From the underground clubs of London to opening stages for legends like Pink Floyd and Jimi Hendrix, Soft Machine became one of the most influential bands of their era, blending psychedelic rock with jazz in a way few had heard before. At the heart of that sound was Mike Ratledge. His wild keyboard improvisations, daring solos, and unmistakable style became the band's backbone. Throughout his decade with Soft Machine, Mike played on the group's most iconic albums, including their groundbreaking 1970 release Third, still celebrated as one of the greatest progressive rock albums ever recorded. His compositions like Slightly All the Time and Out Bloody Rageous showcased both technical mastery and a fearless spirit of experimentation. Beyond Soft Machine, Mike's talents graced projects with Syd Barrett, Kevin Ayers, and numerous collaborations in film soundtracks and experimental recordings. His passion for innovation extended into building his own recording studio, always pushing boundaries in sound and composition. After a brief illness, Mike passed away on February 5, 2025, surrounded by loved ones. His enduring legacy lives on through the music that still challenges, uplifts, and captivates listeners worldwide. Mike Ratledge was more than a musician. He was a pioneer, a thinker, and a friend to those who knew him. His music remains a testament to his brilliant mind and his lifelong devotion to creativity. Bruce French, the beloved stage and screen actor whose gentle spirit and remarkable talent lit up countless performances, leaves behind a legacy of kindness, dedication, and unforgettable storytelling. For over 4 decades, Bruce's work touched the lives of audiences, whether on Broadway stages, in beloved television series, or through powerful film roles. Born on July 4, 1945 in Iowa, Bruce's early years were rooted in small-town values and a love for the arts. After serving his country in the U.S. Army during the Vietnam War, Bruce followed his passion for acting, studying at NYU's Tisch School of the Arts. His remarkable career soon blossomed across theater, television, and film. To many, Bruce will forever be remembered as Father Lonigan, the blind priest with an uncanny sense for danger, in the long-running soap opera, Passions. His compassionate, steady presence anchored the show for its entire 9-season run, earning him admiration from both viewers and colleagues alike. But Bruce's talents stretched far beyond daytime television. He appeared in acclaimed productions such as The West Wing, Mad Men, Star Trek, Grey's Anatomy, Boston Legal, and Gilmore Girls, as well as films like Jurassic Park 3, Thank You for Smoking, and Fletch. Throughout his career, he often portrayed men of faith, a role he embraced with grace, humor, and authenticity, even bringing his own priest's collar to auditions. Despite his success on screen, Bruce's true passion was the theater. His performances in Waiting for Godot, the Browning version, and countless productions at venues like the Pacific Resident Theater showcased his profound gift for connecting with audiences on a deeply human level. Bruce faced the final chapter of his life with courage, battling Alzheimer's with the unwavering love and support of his wife, actress Eileen Barnett. On February 7, 2025, he passed away peacefully in Los Angeles, leaving behind a legacy of artistry, integrity, and kindness. Bruce French will be remembered not only for his body of work, but for the warmth, generosity, and quiet dignity that defined his life, a true gentleman of the stage and screen. Mac Gayden, the celebrated Nashville guitarist, songwriter, and musical innovator, left an enduring mark on American music with his unmatched creativity, spirit, and soulful approach to his craft. His life was a testament to the power of music to transcend boundaries, blending genres and generations with grace, and authenticity. Born in Nashville on June 5, 1941, Mac grew up surrounded by tradition, yet his musical journey always pushed beyond the expected. Self-taught and deeply intuitive, he became known for his unique style, blending blues, rock, and spirituality into every note he played. His pioneering use of slide guitar with a wah-wah pedal earned him the title Father of the Wah Slide, influencing countless musicians across genres. Though his talents graced recordings with legends like Linda Ronstadt, the Pointer Sisters, and J.J. Cale, many first heard Mac's distinctive guitar work on Bob Dylan's iconic Blonde on Blonde album. His contributions to songs like Absolutely Sweet Marie helped shape the Nashville sound that welcomed artists beyond the country scene, building bridges between cultures and musical traditions. Yet, it was as a songwriter that Mac Gayden etched his place in history. His timeless hit Everlasting Love, co-written with Buzz Cason, became a global anthem of devotion, covered by artists across 4 decades, from Robert Knight and Carl Carlton to Gloria Estefan and U2. Beyond the stage and studio, Mac's life reflected a deep spiritual journey. His later projects, including Skyboat and his solo work, wove together elements of jazz, funk, and world music, infused with messages of peace and self-discovery. His family remained central to his life, often joining him in song, carrying forward his musical legacy. After facing the challenges of Parkinson's disease, Mac passed away peacefully at home in Nashville on April 16, 2025, surrounded by love. His music, however, continues to resonate, reminding us that the journey of sound, much like life itself, is boundless, heartfelt, and everlasting. Mark Dobies, the beloved actor known for his roles on Guiding Light and One Life to Live, touched countless lives with his talent, warmth, and enduring spirit. His journey from the football fields of Pennsylvania to the bright lights of television and theater reflected a life fueled by passion, perseverance, and a love for storytelling. Born on April 3, 1959 in Philadelphia, Mark's early years were shaped by his dedication to athletics, earning a football scholarship to Delaware Valley University. Yet it was his heart for the arts that led him to pursue acting, a decision that would leave a lasting impact on audiences and colleagues alike. Mark first captured viewers' attention on the drama series Fame L.A. before landing his breakthrough role as Dr. Noah Chase on Guiding Light in 2000. But it was his portrayal of District Attorney Daniel Coulson on One Life to Live from 2003 to 2005 that solidified his place in daytime television history. His character's complex storyline sparked conversation and reflected the challenges of identity, honesty, and societal expectations. Beyond television, Mark's talent graced countless shows, including Melrose Place, Everybody Loves Raymond, Gossip Girl, Fringe, and CSI: Miami. His love for the stage shone brightly in the acclaimed off-Broadway revival of The Normal Heart, a performance that spoke to his depth and dedication as an actor. While his professional accomplishments were many, Mark's greatest pride was his family. His 3 children, Francesca, Olivia, and Robert, were the center of his universe, and his love for them was evident to all who knew him. Remembered for his kindness, adventurous spirit, and generous heart, Mark's presence made the world a brighter place. Mark Dobies passed away on March 11, 2025, at the age of 65, surrounded by love. His legacy lives on through his work, his family, and the countless lives he touched with his passion and authenticity. His story is a reminder that the most meaningful roles we play are those of love, courage, and compassion. Patrick Walden, the gifted guitarist and songwriter who helped shape the sound of British indie rock in the early 2000s, is remembered today for his raw talent, complex journey, and lasting contributions to music. Known for his work with Pete Doherty's Babyshambles, Patrick's sound was a defining part of a turbulent but iconic chapter in British rock history. Born in London in 1978, Patrick's love for music led him to early bands like Fluid and White Sport, but it was his electrifying guitar work with Babyshambles that brought him wider recognition. As lead guitarist, he brought depth and grit to the band's 2005 debut album, Down in Albion, co-writing standout tracks like Pipe Down, Loyalty Song, and their most celebrated single, Fuck Forever. Though his time with Babyshambles was brief, marked by both creative highs and personal challenges, Patrick's influence was undeniable. His distinctive style and ability to channel raw emotion into his playing made songs like Kilimanjaro and Albion resonate with a generation drawn to the band's rebellious spirit. Patrick's struggles with addiction and legal troubles were part of his complex story, yet those close to him often spoke of his intelligence, sensitivity, and remarkable musical mind. Despite his departure from the group in 2005, he maintained ties with his bandmates, occasionally joining them for performances over the years. On June 21, 2025, Babyshambles announced Patrick's passing at the age of 46, expressing deep sadness and gratitude for having shared their lives and music with him. His cause of death was not disclosed. Patrick Walden's journey was one of undeniable talent and human vulnerability, a reflection of both the highs and hardships of life in the spotlight. His music remains a testament to his artistry, imperfect, passionate, and unforgettable, much like the man himself. Breaking news. He has clung to the side of planes, scaled the tallest buildings on Earth, and survived stunt injuries that would sideline even the strongest actors. But at over 60, is Tom Cruise's relentless push to defy aging a mark of extraordinary discipline, or a quiet warning of how far he is willing to go to outrun time itself? Welcome to Who Died Today, USA. In today's episode, we peel back the curtain on a man whose name has become inseparable from cinematic spectacle, Tom Cruise. To millions, he is the face of action, a symbol of fearless ambition, and Hollywood's eternal daredevil. But behind the carefully choreographed stunts and polished premieres lies a story of hardship, self-reinvention, and a lifelong battle with both personal demons and physical limits. So let us ask you, when you think of Tom Cruise, do you see the impossible stunts, or the man pushing his body beyond its limits to escape the weight of his past? Let us know in the comments. You may be surprised how much this Hollywood legend has endured. Born July 3, 1962, in Syracuse, New York, Tom Cruise's life was never destined to be ordinary. But it was not privilege or luck that propelled him to stardom. It was grit, defiance, and an unwavering refusal to accept limitations. Growing up in a modest, often unstable household, Cruise faced hardships early. His father, an electrical engineer, moved the family frequently. By the time Cruise was a teenager, he had attended over a dozen schools. Perhaps the most personal of his early struggles was his battle with dyslexia, a learning difficulty that left him humiliated in classrooms, isolated from peers, and doubting his future. Reading scripts or school materials was a challenge many believed he could never overcome. But Cruise, even as a young boy, refused to be defined by limitations. He developed mental techniques to memorize entire scripts visually, transforming a disability into an unexpected strength. Do you believe adversity can fuel greatness? How have your early struggles shaped your determination? Cruise's breakthrough came with Risky Business in 1983, followed by the cultural phenomenon that was Top Gun in 1986. As hotshot fighter pilot Maverick, Cruise became an overnight global superstar, the face of American ambition, swagger, and cinematic cool. But fame was never enough for Tom Cruise. Determined to be more than a heartthrob, he pursued complex roles in films like Rain Man, 1988, and Born on the 4th of July, 1989, earning critical acclaim and Oscar nominations along the way. Behind the scenes, however, Cruise's drive was fueled by more than ambition. It was fueled by the quiet need to prove to the world and himself that limitations would never define him again. But the cost of that relentless pursuit was steep. His personal life, like many icons before him, became fodder for global tabloids. 3 high-profile marriages, the weight of public scrutiny, and his outspoken involvement in the Church of Scientology often overshadowed his work. Yet, through every headline, Cruise remained unwavering in his discipline, both physically and mentally. What most fans admire, and critics debate, is Cruise's obsession with doing his own stunts. But few understand the risks his body has endured for decades. From hanging off skyscrapers in Mission Impossible, Ghost Protocol to the now legendary Halo jump at 25,000 feet in Fallout, Cruise has subjected himself to near-impossible physical feats that even the most seasoned stunt doubles hesitate to attempt. In The Final Reckoning, Cruise performed the most dangerous stunt of his career, standing atop the wing of a plane soaring at 600 meters, exposed to brutal winds, his body harnessed only by sheer precision and trust in preparation. The shoot left him exhausted to the point of collapse. After filming, he had to be helped off the aircraft, a rare glimpse behind the curtain of his iron resolve. Have you ever pushed your body or mind to the brink? What keeps someone like Cruise risking everything, even after decades of success? His journey has not been without severe consequences. Cruise has sustained countless injuries, broken bones, torn ligaments, and countless close calls. Yet he returns again and again, driven by the belief that the only true limitations are the ones we accept. At over 60, most actors slow down. Tom Cruise speeds up. His recent work on Top Gun, Maverick, did not just revive his iconic role, it revived the entire global film industry after a historic pandemic lull. Critics declared Cruise the savior of cinema, a title he wears not for ego, but for his unwavering belief in the communal experience of storytelling. But behind the box office, triumphs, and daring stunts, Cruise carries deeper, quieter battles. His childhood scars, the isolation of dyslexia, the heavy criticism surrounding his personal beliefs, and the mounting strain of maintaining a superhuman image, they remain ever present. And yet, Cruise keeps moving forward, as if standing still would mean defeat. His strict physical regimen, daily discipline, and commitment to personal health have become his greatest weapons against time. But they are also his shield, a barrier between the carefully crafted legend and the vulnerable man beneath. As we watch him leap from planes and cling to speeding trains, the question remains: how much longer can Tom Cruise outrun time? And what drives a man to risk everything over and over in pursuit of something more than fame? What do you see when you look at Tom Cruise? Is he a symbol of fearless achievement, or a man chasing the echoes of youth, determined never to lose again? Let us know in the comments. And if Cruise's story of resilience, ambition, and quiet struggle has moved you, please like and share to help us keep honoring the legends who remind us that greatness is never born. It is earned, one impossible challenge at a time.